Hey, Barnstormers fans, I'm here with pitcher Terry Doyle. So, Terry, how's it going today?
So far, so good. Can't complain. Nice day, perfect weather, little cloud cover. That'll do.
We'll have to hope the rain holds off tonight. Now, I wanted to ask you, you're one of the starting pitchers here with Lancaster, so kind of give me a little bit of an idea of what you go through between each start, like breaking down each day and then the preparation going into the game where you have to start.
For me, it's the day after a start is a really light day. Some guys like to lift that day. I usually like to take that day almost entirely off, do a little bit of cardio just to get the blood flow throughout the body. Playing catch wise, I actually don't play catch the day after I pitch because my catch partner is Brian Evans, who he's been throwing the day after I pitch. So I just been hung out to dry without anybody to throw with. So that day is pretty light for me. Day two, the day after that is usually the day where most pitchers throw a bullpen, but I'm a less is more guy. I don't like to throw bullpens because they make my arm hurt. So I'll work out, maybe lift some weights, and then do some running. Usually a mid-distance thing where I'm usually running about from foul pole to foul pole or a little bit shorter than that even. Playing catch, it's usually whatever my catch partner wants to do. He threw the day before, so if he wants to go long and stretch it out, or if he wants to go short, I'm fine either way. And then the last 2 days before start, it's basically whatever I want to do. And day three, I usually go about 90 to 120 feet out, play catch. My catch partner gets back into about 60 feet, and I'll start throwing my off-speed pitches, my curveball, changeup, slider. And then the day before I pitch, I take it light again, go back to max 90 feet, and just play catch to keep the arm loose, and then get ready to start the next day.
Now, the day you actually start, do you do anything differently before the game? Any superstitions?
No, not really. I think routine is important, but I had a coach a couple years back that said you can't be a victim of your routine. You've got to be able to control it, not let it control you. So one of the things I like to do is I like to shave every day before a game. Just makes me feel like it's like a different day than the rest. So that's like the only day in the week that I'll shave is the day that I start.
Now, you guys are still finding your groove as a rotation. You look like lately you've kind of settled things in a little bit. Not just you, but everybody. You've had to overcome like the loss of Brian Woodall, who was pitching very well for you guys at the time he left. So, kind of just looking ahead at the rest of the season, what's the number one thing you want to accomplish, and then the rotation overall you guys want to accomplish?
Well, me personally, whenever I go out on the mound, I want to be the starter that saves the bullpen. I want to go out there and I want to throw 8 or 9 innings. Let the bullpen have a day off, because every once in a while there's going to be a rain out where bullpen's got to start a game, bullpen's got to finish the game. You're going to have a pitcher who has a starter who has a bad day, get knocked out in the third, and the bullpen's going to have to wear that game. So for my goal is always to just be the guy that saves the bullpen. And I think with our pitching staff, a lot of the guys, they take it to the same mentality. Just competitors that want to go out there and they want to throw 7, 8, 9 innings every time out. And, you can't really control whether or not the team wins. All you can control as a starting pitcher is whether or not you give the team a chance to win. So try to limit the other team's opportunities and try to keep your team in the game is all we're trying to do as a staff.
Now, you're one of the Barnstormers here who spent time being a draftee. You were drafted in 2007 by the Dodgers and the White Sox, and you even got to spend some time with your hometown team in the Red Sox. And you were with my favorite team, the Orioles, at a time. So kind of give me just the top experiences you've had with each team, and could you see yourself potentially going back in the future?
With the White Sox, I think my favorite experience was probably being drafted. It's the part of the career that gets it going, and it's really a thing that's indescribable because most people's careers just kind of fall into place, and being drafted doesn't happen for a lot of guys, but that was probably the highlight of my White Sox career. My favorite part about being with the Red Sox was being in big league spring training, and we'd have my catch partner was Andrew Miller every day. We'd go to do fielding practice, and it was John Lackey, John Lester, Ryan Dempster, Clay Buchholz, all these guys that are big leaguers, big league names, guys that have been there for 10 years, and watching them do it and being a peer of theirs was really something special to me. Being with the Orioles, I got to win my first championship last year. I was with Bowie for the most of the season. About August 1st, I got moved up to AAA, but Bowie went on to win the league championship, and the guys that were there for most of the year, such as myself, that didn't get to celebrate with him was kind of tough, but I was getting video messages from the guys that were in the locker room spraying the champagne, and that was awesome. That was something special.
And one last thing for you, being here in Lancaster, what do you think about the city overall and the area and the experience here you get at Clipper Magazine Stadium?
It was funny when I signed to come here. I was talking to Butch on the phone, and he said, "Yeah, downtown's a great city, and there's lots of things to do, lots of restaurants." And I didn't know that Lancaster was a city. I was just expecting it to be Amish country. So when I got here, I was driving downtown, and it's a very quaint, cute little downtown area, and it reminds me a lot of my wife's hometown, Lake Placid, New York, where the downtown is really city feel, but then you go about 5-10 minutes away, and you could be out in the middle of nowhere. So it's very much like that city to me. So I really enjoy it so far. My wife and I have a great time here, and love being able to walk around and be able to visit the different shops, and the Central Market's a great place to go.
I'm glad you're enjoying it here, Terry, and I want to thank you again for joining me today. And we'll see you Barnstormers fans at Clipper Magazine Stadium.